Higashi Chaya has a long history, stretching back over 200 years. While a good summary of its history can be found on the site's educational boards, which are viewable in a separate section of this virtual tour, these boards do omit a significant portion of the district's history. That is, its over 100 years of prostitution that was conducted within the district. When the district was first founded in 1820, it had licensed prostitution, and throughout the next 120 years, until prostitution was strictly outlawed following World War II, prostitution was very present within the district. Even when prostitution was briefly outlawed in 1832, the district still continued to offer prostitution. A survey that was conducted in 1846 found that the district had over 200 prostitutes and courtesans. The district was officially reopened as a pleasure district in 1867 and continued to offer prostitution, now legally. This practice continued until 1956 when strict anti-prostitution laws were put in place. 2 years later, the district had all but died, with only a few restaurants still in operation. Higashi Chaya's history is much more than just the sex trade, and the history told in official boards isn't untrue, but the omission of such a large part of the district's history is worth discussion. It isn't by accident that prostitution is absent from official histories. For decades, officials have been trying to cover up, dismiss, or distance the district from this shady past. This district, which since 1832 has been known as Atagocho, was changed to Higashiyama in 1958, in part to distance the district from the history as a pleasure quarter. When the district was being first considered for designation as a site of historical preservation, many voiced their concerns about preserving the history of prostitution and sex slavery that was part of the district, including Kanazawa City Councillor Noboru Kiyomi, who said, "In a pleasure quarter, women's history is the history of the many women who came there and wept. If such a place were to be set alongside shrines, temples, and works of art as a designated cultural property, what sort of cultural property would it be? A place where women were left all alone. If we think back deeply on the history, there are doubts as to whether it should be designated a cultural property at all." While Higashi Chaya did eventually become designated as a site for historical preservation, the history of prostitution that occurred within the district has been hidden away. Now that you've heard the history of prostitution within Higashi Chaya, do you want to hear about how its history is being represented in educational boards? Or you can choose to move on to a different topic.